little camera pretty good. Yo, it's Kingdom Uncensored, baby. We here. Yeah, motherfuckers always talking about you don't show your face. Well, we here. So, first night of the plan was lit. The plan is starting to grow on me, pause. Like, you know what I mean? I've been liked it the last couple of years, but this year, this first night, very exciting basketball. And I like the competition. So that Charlotte and Miami game was crazy. And that's wild what happened to Bam. You know, we saw Miami get eliminated by Charlotte first, went to overtime. I was expecting a close game. It was pretty shocking to me that it went to overtime because I thought Charlotte was going to fairly like beat them. But Davion Mitchell, I don't know. It's something about Davion Mitchell in play-in games. That dude shows up in play-in games, and then when the series happens, he disappears. But that was a hell of a game. LaMelo Ball didn't particularly shoot it that well, and LaMelo took accountability for him fucking up in this game. That's why he felt like he had to go get the game-winning bucket. So he was just like, all right, fuck it, man. You know, I'm going to the basket and I'm going to fucking score. But went 2-0 tonight with my picks. But yeah, that first game, it was like a heavyweight bout. It was like that first Deontay Wilder and Tyson Fury fight. That's what it reminded me of. It was just like two heavyweight juggernauts just going at it. In the East, you know, they had multiple above 500 teams. Everybody that's in the play-in is well above 500. So these teams were solid, but yeah, Miami, it's time to go get Giannis Antetokounmpo. It's that time. It's that time. It's that time. It's time to go get Giannis. Stop bullshitting with yourself. I know Tyler Hero hit some big shots at the end, but he's not him. He's not that guy. You know what I'm saying? He's fell off over the years. I said it. I'm doubling down. I said it during the game before he hit that shot, and I said it after he hit that shot. Tyler Hero's on the downside of his career. He's had way too many injuries. He's already like thin to begin with. He already's not very athletic as is. He's in shape and he can hit a bunch of shots at one time, but he's not the same player. He's not the all-star player that he once was. I mean, and don't get me wrong, Miami's got depth. All the better to trade it for Giannis Antetokounmpo. You know, I wouldn't mind giving up Jaime Jaquez. I wouldn't mind giving up Pelly Larson. Even I wouldn't mind giving up Kalel Ware. Because I don't think Milwaukee is gonna take Wiggins, gonna take Norm Powell, gonna take they'll take Tyler Hero though. I would give up Hero too. Fuck it, why not? And then just build a whole new team around Giannis and Bam, Wiggins, and Powell. I'd build a core around those guys. Obviously I'm keeping Davion Mitchell. That's a priority right there. He shows up in a lot of games where you wouldn't expect him to show. So I'd definitely keep Mitchell. But the Miami Heat have to go get Giannis Antetokounmpo. It's that time. Pat Riley got to stop being so fucking cheap. You did it. You went and got LeBron and Chris Bosh for D Wade. Why not do it again? Why not get Giannis to go with Bam? Why not? Why the fuck not? What's holding y'all back? Y'all been a 10 seed back-to-back seasons. Y'all been, this is the first time that the Heat have ever been eliminated in the play-in. If this is not a sign to go chase after Giannis Antetokounmpo, I don't know what is it gonna take. But Miami, that should be the first priority for the Heat, is to go get Giannis. I want to hear nothing about regular players joining the Miami Heat. You got Rozier's contract off the books. It's about that time for Miami to go get Giannis Antetokounmpo. But LaMelo Ball showed that he has star power. But now, game 2, he got to show up. Then on top of that, it just depends on who he plays. Do they play Orlando or do they play Philly? That's the $1 million question. I say that they play Philly. I pick Orlando tomorrow. I think the Orlando Magic will get it done because they will be embarrassed from that last game that they lost against the Celtics' third string players. A lot of people are going to pick against Orlando because of that, but I feel like they're going to bounce back and win that game and attain that 7th spot and get swept by the Celtics. That's their path right there. That's my pick for tomorrow. Then Clippers and Warriors, that's very difficult because I don't know what to expect here. I mean, it's tough to bet against Kawhi, but it's tougher to bet against Steph. I'm rolling with Steph Curry in them. I'm rolling with the Warriors playing the Phoenix Suns for the final spot. Ooh-wee. Damn. What would y'all be rolling with out of that game? That's tough. Warriors versus the Suns. I mean, again, I'm going to roll with Steph again. I think that the Warriors can win 2 play-in games. They can. There is no fucking way that I go 0-2 tomorrow. But yeah, as far as Portland and Phoenix, yet another entertaining game. Very fun. Portland controlled the first half of the game. Then Phoenix chipped the lead down bit by bit. Then Phoenix had control of the game for a short period of time. But Deni Avdija was just way too much for Phoenix, as I thought he would. I knew Avdija was going to go crazy. I thought Devin Booker would have scored a lot more points than what he scored. But Tamani Kamara played excellent defense on Devin Booker. And it was mostly denial. It was mostly ball denial. He kept Devin Booker from catching the ball in the places where he was comfortable catching it. And he made Devin Booker, he forced him to score. I mean, they let Jalen Green get whatever bucket he wanted. They didn't want Booker to hurt them. They wanted, they would rather have Jalen Green try to win the game. And we know what time it is on Jalen Green. He not clutch. He's not known for hitting big shots. He's just known for scoring throughout the game. This is only my but this is only my second time live on here. But this was just a hell of a game. I mean, Abdia, you know what he remind me of? He remind me of Manu Ginobili. That's who he remind me of. He gave me so many Manu Ginobili vibes. That's why I call him Denny Ginobili. Except, he's just right-handed. Yeah, that was a hell of a game. Great comeback too by Portland because they went cold. How do I feel about SGA? He's the MVP. He's going to be the back-to-back MVP. They have a good chance of repeating, but it's going to be a little bit more of a tougher road this time for them. With San Antonio, they gave them problems. You understand? It's going to be a tougher road for those boys. Then, whoever they're going to end up with, I don't know. I mean, they get Golden State. They could kill them in 5 games. They get Phoenix. That's probably another 5. So that first round going to be easy. That second round not going to be easy. But then again, what the fuck am I saying? They're on the same bracket as the Lakers and Rockets. It's San Antonio that's got the tougher path. My bad. Let me correct myself. Because you either got Rockets or Lakers over there. And then you got possible you either play the Suns, Warriors, or Clippers. So, yeah, I think the Thunder have the easiest path to the championship. And they won't have to really face any adversity until the Western Conference Finals. And that also depends on who they play. That also depends on who they play. But Wemby and them got a tough path because they got to play Portland. I mean, Portland would be easy. I think they could get Portland out in 5 games, I think. Then you got to deal with Jokic. Then you have to deal with the Thunder. That ain't going to be easy. Yes, I am guaranteeing that the Nuggets will beat the Timberwolves, even though I think that's a 7-game series. I don't think that's going to be easy for Denver, though, at all. I wouldn't be surprised if the Wolves beat them. When you call something 7, you're just putting a 50-50 stake in them. You know what I'm saying? That series could go either way. I just picked the Nuggets because I'm not sure about Ant-Man's health. That's pretty much it. Because they need him to put up the numbers that he did when he was healthy. It's good that they got Jaden McDaniels back. They have a formidable team. They've been to back-to-back Western Conference Finals. It's just not happening this year. I think Denver's depth is much improved. That series, you know what I mean? That's going to be a long knockdown, drag-out series. Hands down. You look at yeah, but that damn Denny Avdia boy, I tell you. And that shit came down to a bucket. Like both these games literally came down to a bucket. Orlando and Philly, they got a hard act to follow tomorrow. They do. It's gonna be tough for them. Orlando, like I said, probably gonna take that game. But Portland and San Antonio, that's not gonna be a long series. I'm not disrespecting Portland by no means, definitely rooting for him, but Wemby's just too much. Avdi is not going to be able to have that easy drive to the basket like he had against the Suns because Mark Williams is nothing to fear. And also Iguodala was nothing to fear at the basket. You've got the possible unanimous defensive player of the year that you're going against. That's no slouch. Clingan, you know what I'm saying? Clingan could, I don't know, help a little bit, slow Victor Wembanyama down, but Victor going to have to take that boy to the perimeter, take him off the dribble. It's light work once he gets on that perimeter. But I just feel like San Antonio just got too many players, too many good players. And I don't think Portland's bench is better than San Antonio's. I think that's just going to be the difference. The starters are going to ball out, but yeah, I ain't got no faith in Portland in a 7-game series. especially not without Dame. So that's my thoughts on that second game. But yeah, as far as the picks that I have, I'm 2-0 so far. I mean, as far as the series that are already set, um, I had, let me see, who's in the East right now? So I got Cavs over Hawks, but I got that being a 7-game series. And I'm rooting for the Hawks. I really am. I'm rooting for Atlanta because they're a very good young up and coming team. And James Harden and Donovan Mitchell are both known for choking. So I could probably see why one would go with Atlanta, but I think Evan Mobley is just going to be the X factor for them. I think that's going to be the difference. But hey, man, is Jalen Johnson going to check him or Okongwu? Then, Jonathan Kaminga, can he be a factor off the bench in that series? I think Cleveland made some interesting additions that got me a little bit like, okay. Dennis Schroeder, Keon Ellis pickups were amazing. They were great pickups. I wonder what role Jalen Tyson's going to play in that series. It's really all about the role players. I really don't trust James Harden or Donovan Mitchell in a 7-game series. But those role players, I could trust Cleveland's role players more than Atlanta's. So that's the only reason why I'm rolling with Cleveland in 7. Then, 4-5 in the East. That's the 4-5 in the East. My bad. The 3-6 is Mitchell be needing help. He carry every year. No. No. No, man. We can't give Donovan Mitchell passes. We can't. This man has not been to a conference finals. Something's not right. He's had good role players over the years. It's him. After a certain point, you got to point the finger at Mitchell. The numbers are deceiving. He makes bad decisions. He's not clutch, and he's not consistent. Now, yeah, he'll drop 40, but it'll take 40 shots. I respect Donovan Mitchell, but the tape don't lie and the accomplishments don't lie. The tape don't lie. Donovan Mitchell has sold in a lot of series, especially that Pacers series last year. They're supposed to beat Indiana last year. This team won 59 games. There's no excuses for what Donovan Mitchell did in that series. He choked in the clutch. Donovan Mitchell good for 3.5 quarters. But when it comes down to hitting clutch shots and hitting shots when you need them, he disappears every time. And then you got another guy that does the same thing. It's going to have to be Mobley. It's going to have to be Dennis Schroeder. It's going to have to be Jalen Tyson, Sam Merrill. Those guys like that are going to have to bail him out. I don't want to hear that Donovan Mitchell doesn't have help. He's had help every year of his career. This is the same guy that put out James Harden in the Rockets before. This is the same guy that put out Russell Westbrook, Carmelo Anthony, and Paul George in his rookie year. I don't want to hear no excuses for Donovan Mitchell. I'm sorry. Donovan's had more than enough help in his career. It's him. He's got to find it within himself to be clutch. I don't believe in the Cavs. I'm sorry. I never do because they never do anything. They either bottom out in the second round or underachieve. Mitchell's the leader of the team, so he's going to get most of the blame. They just bought in James Harden. But yeah, I'm not going to give Donovan Mitchell any passes. I think that they're going to beat the Hawks, though. They can beat them, but it's not going to be easy. Kill Alexander Walker playing out of his mind. Jalen Johnson go crazy. Okungwu go crazy. You know what I'm saying? CJ McCollum could get hot at any time and hit a bunch of buckets. I say 7. I say that's a 7-game series. Atlanta gonna push them to the brink. Because, man, when you got a Donovan Mitchell and a Harden, two guys that are bullheaded and arrogant, they could set themselves up for a game 7 in Cleveland. I think the Hornets are going to put up a good fight. The Hornets are going to get the 8th spot, but my Detroit Pistons going to smoke them in 5. We're going to be smoking on a Hornets pack tonight. We're going to get the raid. We're going to get the raid and the hot shot for them Hornets. Shit, Murder Cade. We got a healthy Murder Cade, boy. We got something for him. Saw what happened last time. You saw what happened to the last security guards. I like the Hornets. But, they're going to be an 8 seed. And they're going to get destroyed. Because they live and die by that jumper. They had Musa Diabite putting in overtime. You don't feel like Cade shoot too much. Well, that's subjective. If you would have asked me that last year, yes. But Cade got some help now. Cade's got the best set of role players he's ever had. And the offense goes through Cade. So he's going to shoot most of the shots. But what they survive off of is the Duren and Cade pick and roll, where Cade has the option to oop it to Duren, pass it to Duren, or hit the shooter in the corner. Cade's the man. I mean, if not for him getting injured and the Pistons going through that rough patch, I think he would have been the MVP. You know what I'm saying? But, Pistons, I feel like Detroit's got a great chance of winning. You want to know why? They got a bunch of guys. They don't care about who leads in scoring. They don't care about how many shots they get. Whoever's hot, gonna get the rock. Cade and Duren, they're definitely gonna have to be like out of their mind to get to the finals. It's gonna be difficult though. Because, I think that they could beat Charlotte. I think that they could beat Cleveland. I think that they could beat New York. Boston's going to be a tough test, but it can be done. You want to know how? Boston shoots a lot of threes, and they miss more than they make. Then on top of that, Detroit can rebound. They are great at defensive rebounds. Guess what defensive rebounds lead to? Fast break points. Detroit get their points off of long three-pointers and defense. And Dennis Jenkins is going to be the X factor. He's a 6-man from the G League that came along, and he's been killing. I like him running the second unit. Ron Holland's gritty, Stu's gritty. Tobias Harris, he's pretty good. He's not that bad. I like Detroit. And they're disrespectful to Detroit. Not enough people are putting respect on Detroit's name. They've been number 1 the entire year. And they've beaten everybody except San Antonio. That's the only team that I don't think Detroit could beat in a 7-game series. I mean, the Thunder, I don't know. I haven't seen a healthy Detroit versus a healthy Thunder, so I can't really determine that. I'm gonna roll with my team no matter what, but it's hard to count out Shea Gilgeous-Alexander in any form or fashion. This guy, they done won back-to-back 68 games. That is ridiculous. And they did it without half their team in the lineup. And then just the Thunder's bench, I think is the best bench in the league. It's them, San Antonio, and then us. Then it's Detroit, I mean. But yeah, man, Detroit, they can keep sleeping. It's all good. But who else in the East? I said, oh yeah, New York and Atlanta, right? Did I say no? My bad. Damn, I just thought about it. I'm wrong. Cleveland is playing Toronto. Oh, they'll easily get out of there. Yeah, I think that Cleveland beats Toronto, and I've been talking about fucking Cleveland and Atlanta. That's the matchup I wanted to see. But Atlanta is actually playing. I got it mixed up, y'all. Players fuck up. It's okay. Y'all still here. I know some of y'all hopped off the live like this nigga is smoking crack. But yeah, man, Cleveland and Toronto, that's gonna be quick. I mean, I think Cleveland can beat Toronto in six. I just don't believe in the Raptors. I think the Raptors overachieved, and that's it. I think the Raptors just simply overachieved. They don't have enough depth to match Cleveland. Atlanta playing New York, I meant to say that. I meant to say that that's definitely going 7 games. I'm rolling with the Knicks to win in 7, but it's not going to be easy. And I wouldn't be surprised if the Hawks upset the Knicks. I think that Dyson Daniels is going to lock up Jalen Brunson. Well, I'm not going to say lock up. He'll lock him up in Atlanta 2 games. That's another factor I didn't mention. Dyson Daniels' defense, Nickeil Alexander-Walker's defense, C.J. McCollum. New York, Cat's going to have to average 20 and 10 for New York to have a chance of doing anything. Cat's got to be aggressive out the gate. Just flat out. Cat is going to be Cat's going to have to, be aggressive in this series. Then Brunson, yeah, man, New York's gonna have to double pick. And then, Brunson and Cat are gonna do their thing. It's just Mikal Bridges and OG Anunoby, man. Like they have to be consistent. It's gonna come down to the benches. And I don't think Atlanta's bench is like New York's. New York's got Muhammad Diawara. New York's got Jose Alvarado, Deuce McBride, Jordan Clarkson, Jeremy Sohan. You know how that goes. So I'm going to probably roll with New York against Atlanta for sure. And then definitely Cleveland over Toronto. Then we got the West. Y'all motherfuckers, man. I done seen some stupid ass narratives going around and shit talking about if LeBron beats the Rockets without Reeves and Luka, he's the GOAT. So we're giving out first round trophies. We giving out first round trophies for GOAT status. If that's the case, then Bill Russell's the GOAT. That dude never lost in the first round of the playoffs then. Like that was such the dumbest comment. Like what Kendrick Perkins said today was dumb as shit. Like I apologize if you hear rain and thunder in the background, and if my power goes out, just stay with me here. Everything in here got batteries and shit. I got like a 60% charge on TikTok, and I got about 100% on this computer, so we'll be all right. But anyway, um, Rockets and Lakers. That's going to be a short series, ladies and gentlemen. I think that the Lakers can win 2 games. Based off LeBron's talent and things of that nature, I think the Lakers could take 2 from them. And then just based on the Rockets' history. The Rockets' history of turning over the ball and not having a point guard and messing up in the clutch. But I think eventually the Rockets being a more complete and ready team versus LeBron, who's 41 and got a bunch of role players that have never been in this type of position before outside of Marcus Smart. Lakers are done. Luka and Austin Reeves, they're not coming back. It's over. I mean, even last year, you saw a healthy Luka, Austin Reeves, and LeBron get took out in 5 by Ant-Man. I didn't think that. I mean, I would have gave the Lakers an edge if Luka and Austin was there for this series, but I think it would have went 7 if they were all healthy. But this year, Lakers are done. Next, then you got we already talked about Portland and San Antonio, which is already complete. So that leaves Denver and Minnesota. I think I already talked about them. I talked about how Denver's new depth. Yeah, and then I wasted about 5 minutes of y'all's time with a fake New York and Atlanta series that never happened. But I just played the what if game. What if they faced each other? Shit, Atlanta would have probably upset them. Knicks fans. I ain't no damn Knicks fan. I'm a Detroit Piston fan. That's crazy. These some wild ass comments. Y'all motherfuckers got a lot of time on your hands. But I am from motherfucking Detroit, Michigan, motherfuckers. Like Knicks are the ops. But yeah, man. Night 1 of the play-in. Very exciting. Looking forward to tomorrow, and I'll be back tomorrow to go live with y'all. I'm sorry for wasting 5 minutes of y'all time with a fake Knicks and Hawk series that will never happen. But I'm gonna get the fuck up out of here. Peace.